Hello to my post spooky season YouTube peoples. So I'm not sure where I originally saw this piece, but it caught my eye because I lean very much towards big things that are made miniature or small things that are made jumbo, if you didn't already know. Also, lamps. I love me some lamp. So there's this Martini lamp, metal glass, huge green olive, and then the pimento being the light of the lamp. Also a huge toothpick. Alongside the huge toothpick and the huge olive and the huge glass, it also had a huge price tag. To start off kind of with this, people where I live have a tendency to leave stuff that they don't want, either outside or inside the common areas of the building, for anyone to take. And I saw these glasses, which I thought would start me off right with the olive shape. The glasses used for the giant olive had to have had a wide enough bottom to fit the actual light cord in, and also be big enough inside to house the actual colorful light bulb. Perfectly through. I can't do it because my fingers don't also fit, but nope. Now this was mostly a test run to see how difficult it would be to drill through glass, which because of this I have done more research and found lots more information about it, but all I knew at the time was to start out with a smaller bit and work my way up. However, since then I have found out that you want to start off with a smaller, specifically harder bit, rather than just a regular. Also, glass heats up when you're drilling into it, so wear a mask, safety glasses, and safety gloves as well. Also, surface tension. Glass cracks and breaks fairly easily when the surface tension changes or the temperature changes, which it does when you're basically just drilling into it. If you put the glass in like a tub of water and drill it, it'll actually come out fine. It has to do with the temperature and the surface tension, I don't know. Science. Now, rest in peace, headphone users or viewers with animals. I've actually decreased the volume of this significantly, but I still wanted you to hear what happens when proper research isn't done. Oh, and you cracked it.
There you go.
This could have been much worse. And then here is a dog as a little palate cleanser of sorts. Since this one already broke and it was free, it was decided that we would use it to see if it could be drilled through at all, as I had more than one of these. By this point I had got a diamond drill bit, which did work better, but took a long ass time still. And we had to hit this from many different angles, mainly the outside and the inside. See all that white dust around? That's glass. Glass that you might be breathing in, so wear a mask. Or even a respirator. I mean, it
shattered right there at the end.
I mean, it went through. It did. Since both of the glasses broke, but one actually stayed together, and I wanted to see if I could make this work, firstly, I placed the light fixture on the outside and then screwed the light bulb into it through the inside. Oh. But it was far too back inside. I did not think about that. I then attempted to screw the lighting fixture I had into the hole by removing the top piece of the fixture, unscrewing it from the rest. I put the plug in through the whole end, which worked but didn't give me the look I was going for still. And then one small accidental tap of the fixture to the back of the glass and boom. Oh my god. That sucked. I mean, I should have expected it, but I wasn't expecting. Round 3, I guess. Finally, Party City was having a closing down sale, kind of, and I saw these plastic cups, keyword being plastic. They were pretty much the right size and shape, but I did buy 2 just in case. I then picked out a drill bit that was fairly close to the size that I needed, and once again started drilling. Turns out plastic is much easier to drill into than a thick layer of glass. Who knew? Also, plastic does have more pliability than glass and didn't shatter onto my lap when I pushed on it. It's either going to be really good or really bad. Oh my god. I didn't even mean that. Didn't even mean that part. Okay. As in pushing the fixture into the hole and then screwing it up. Okay, there we go. Now I can actually adjust. Once I had it fully screwed up, I placed the security piece, which probably is not what it's actually called or what it's supposed to be used for, back on, and then screwed the light bulb in to make sure it was actually still able to be turned on, which luckily after everything else that went wrong, this actually went right. I freaking got it. A little bit of a quick cleanup of my mess, and it was time for the paint job. Placing a drop sheet down, a very loved drop sheet. I'm wondering if that'll actually... Then pushing it off to the side real quick because I forgot to actually sand this bad boy down, so I quickly did a little hand sand so the paint would adhere better. The entire outside, including the rim and the bottom, so I was less likely to cut myself or get hurt. Wipe that down with a wet cloth to get rid of any dust and debris, and then dried it quickly using the same cloth, just not the wet area. I chose my spray paint, which oddly was the only green that I had, and also the perfect olive tone. I thought about painting the inside rather than the outside, so the paint would have less of, I guess, the opportunity to be scratched off, but that would entail me having to sand the inside instead of the outside, attempt to spray even layers, and hope the design didn't show through, because as you may have seen, the cup itself has a design on it. I did add 2 layers of the spray paint. And then for the large metal glass, which, yes, before you call me out on it, I know this isn't actually a Martini glass shape, but I saw this and immediately thought about this DIY and kept it. It's close enough, in my opinion, to dupe this lamp. If I ever find something better, I can use that instead, but anyways, I digress. In order to stick the bulb and fixture into it, I needed to grind a little piece of the edge off to install, so I clamped this down outside, added eye protection and hand protection, and with a grinder I took the smallest notch out of the rim. This is also the time that you could spray paint it silver, like the original lamp, but I like the gold look. The notch taken out of this is obviously for practical purposes and not for the look, so I pushed it to the back so it would be less noticeable. Placed the fixture, unscrewed from its other piece, back into the now green plastic cup, secured it in place, and then added the bulb in. Placed the cord through the notch and the large olive inside of the glass, and messed around with it until the position was where I liked it. Then I removed everything again and grabbed the smallest drill bit I had to drill a hole through one side and eventually right across from it. But for now, I needed to choose what skewer or wooden dowel size and shape I would be using to emulate the toothpick. I found one that was a little bit bigger than the hole I just drilled and pushed it through, being sure that the tapered end was going in first to kind of just widen the hole up, even though at the end, the tapered piece will be on the outside. As soon as I got the olive in place, I snapped the skewer in half with tin snips, and then did that a second time to the same size with the second one, so both sides coming out would be tapered, like I said. At first I thought I could actually use one skewer, but the bulb wouldn't fit in if I had kept it going straight across, so this is my quick and easy solve. Once you have both skewers in place, you can glue them with a heat-resistant glue. This bulb that I have is an LED bulb, so it doesn't heat up enough to actually cause damage or melt anything, but there you have it, a DIY faux jumbo mid-century 1950s pop art martini glass cocktail lamp, according to Etsy, of course, for not $1,900. I think this was maybe around $25 for me to make, but that is it for today's video. I do hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.